because it says in Exodus chapter 20, among many other places. Chapter 30, verse 16. وشمروا بني إسرائيل את השבוע לעשות את השבוע לדרותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל ובהי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשו אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת וינופש. And the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath day to do it, the Sabbath day, for all their generations as an everlasting covenant between me, the Almighty, and between the children of Israel. It is a sign forever. For 6 days the Almighty made the heavens and the earth, but on the 7th day He ceased and was relieved. Relieved, Fash has metaphorical implications. Basically means that the mission was accomplished. The Almighty is far above the need for rest, as understood. Now, it should be quite clear, an everlasting covenant. This gets repeated over and over again throughout the Bible. So what is the significance of the Sabbath day? This verse states that it is a sign between the Almighty and the people of Israel forever as an everlasting covenant. This means that the Sabbath day is a testimony to the Almighty's faithfulness, His immutability. Though man may change, though man may stumble and transgress, the Almighty upholds His commandments and His words. The people of Israel were selected not because they were better, as the Torah makes clear. It has nothing to do with there being a more righteous people or more intellectually superior. Not at all. It had to do with the Almighty's faithfulness to the promise He made to their righteous ancestors, and for the purpose of selecting a set-apart people who would not intermingle with the nations, but who would be preserved throughout history as a distinct people, by whom the Almighty would preserve His word, the everlasting Torah, the everlasting guidance, for all the nations to benefit from when they open their eyes and realize its value and truth. The Sabbath day is also a sign of the Almighty's authority and transcendence over all of creation. He is the ruler of creation and the master of it. We have no right and no authority to partake, benefit, or interact with creation apart from His will. For 6 days He ordained the people of Israel to work in creation, to interact and change creation. But on the 7th day, as a sign and testimony of His authority and lordship over creation, He commanded the people of Israel to express this before the world by ceasing from those particular types of tasks. There are 2 main aspects to keeping the Sabbath day which appear in the 10 Commandments. Zuchor, to remember, Washomer, and to guard or keep. Zuchor regards sanctifying the day, along with Shamor, but Zuchor specifically, because Zuchor, while it means to remember, is also the root for to mention. And in this way we sanctify the day with words, by mentioning its sanctity, in addition to guarding it. What are we remembering when we keep the Sabbath day? In the context of the 10 Commandments, we're remembering the creation and the Almighty's authority over it and its submission to its Creator. And we're remembering the exodus of the people of Israel from the slavery and servitude in Egypt by the grace and might of the Most High. On the Sabbath day we testify that in making ourselves willful servants of the Almighty, in this we find freedom from human bondage, from bondage to the flesh, from bondage to lust, from bondage to all the temporal passing things in this life, and we cleave to Him, the only Master who can grant and promise us with full confidence an eternal reward and delight and knowledge of Him. Shomor consists of two major aspects. Shomor means to keep or to guard. This consists of resting or ceasing from particular acts on this day, and those are particular acts which involve changes in creation. They are able to be extrapolated from the Bible by means of certain word use. And the other aspect of Shomor, of guarding, is to study. In 6 days, a man is occupied in upholding his family's livelihood by working hard and providing a living. If he were to do so all 7 days, he would never have time to fully devote himself to pursuing knowledge of the Almighty and clarification of His will. The 7th day provides time for him to be immersed in studying the Almighty's will and contemplating His greatness. Though, of course, this should be done to the best of one's ability throughout the week. Without studying, without the Sabbath day, the people by whom the Almighty has chosen to preserve His Torah would lose their identity, and the Almighty's instruction for the world, grace to humanity, would be lost. Has v'sholem. Of course, we know this will never happen. But all those of the people of Israel who have ceased to keep the Sabbath day, after only 1 or 2 generations, their family ceases to be partakers of this great mission in the world. Without studying, without upholding His laws, we cannot know how to properly fulfill our purpose, for what reason we are created, and the joy that there is in knowing the truth of the Almighty's splendorous reality that transcends all creation and all authority of man. Blessed is he who has sanctified the Sabbath day and has granted us his rest.